In vector analysis, today we are going to discuss a very important integral theorem, and this theorem is actually known as divergence theorem. In fact, this theorem was proposed by the famous mathematician Gauss, and so it is also known as Gauss's divergence theorem. First of all, I would like to share you with a very important fact that what is actually the main purpose or main aim of this theorem. In fact, any integral theorem gives a technique to change the one of the integral into another type of integral. Actually, this Gauss's divergence theorem gives us a mathematical tool to how the normal surface integral may be changed into volume integral. So a problem where we have to evaluate normal surface integral of a vector field, this theorem is very useful, because when you will try to evaluate the normal surface integral directly by definition, you have seen in the earlier lecture there will be a lot of calculation and tedious calculation. But by the use of this divergence theorem, you can evaluate such surface integral very easily. So, transformation of normal surface integral into volume integral is the aim of this divergence theorem. In fact, in this lecture, I would like to state this theorem, and after a statement we will explain it. But the proof of this theorem we will discuss in another lecture. In fact, in this lecture, after knowing the statement of this theorem, we will clarify the idea or the concept by taking some of the important numerical problems. And in next lecture, we will see its mathematical proof. Proof is also important, but the application, how this theorem will be applied to solve the numerical problem, that is more important, particularly for competitive examinations like UPSC, BPSC and other state public service commission, and also for university examination. So let us see what this divergence theorem actually states. The statement, for your convenience, I have mentioned here. You can see the theorem says the normal surface integral of a vector field F over a closed surface S, mark the surface is closed, is equal to the volume integral of divergence of the vector field F taken over the volume V enclosed by the surface S. See this figure. Here I have actually made a closed surface S of any arbitrary shape, and let us take a point P on this surface, and surrounding this point P I have taken an elementary surface of area ds, and you know this elementary surface area is just like a vector, and it is directed along the outward going normal. So if n hat is the unit normal vector, then the area vector of this elementary surface ds can be written as n hat ds. And let us consider a vector field F at this point P. And then you know, when you take the surface integral of F dot ds over this closed surface S, that is called normal surface integral of vector F. You have already studied the surface integral in earlier lectures, so I hope you have a complete knowledge of this surface integral. So F dot ds integral over this closed surface S is called normal surface integral of this vector field. And the theorem says that normal surface integral will be equal to the volume integral of divergence of F over a volume V, you can see, but that volume is the volume which is enclosed by this surface S. So we have to find the volume integral for the volume which I am showing here by this shaded region, which is actually the volume enclosed by this closed surface S. So mathematically you can write that integral over S f dot ds. I have made here a circle over this sign of integration because the surface is closed. This circle represents that the surface S is closed. And you know, this ds vector may be equivalently written as n hat ds because this unit normal vector n hat represents the direction of elementary surface area ds. So either you should write integral over S of f dot ds or integral over S of f dot n hat ds. Both are same thing. So I have used here the sign of equivalence, not of equality. And the theorem says this normal surface integral will be equal to what? This will be equal to volume integral over a volume V, where V is the volume enclosed by this closed surface S, of divergence of F. And you know, divergence of F is symbolically written as del dot F. So instead of divergence, you may use del dot F. So this is actually the statement of this Gauss's divergence theorem. I hope you have understand this mathematical expression which have been written on the basis of a statement of divergence theorem. Now I would like to express this statement or mathematical statement of divergence theorem in some another important forms. You can express it. So see here, other forms of divergence theorem. Other forms of divergence theorem. See, as in the mathematical statement there is a vector function or vector field which have actually continuous derivative, and it is a function of the space coordinate x, y, z. So this f can be expressed in terms of its rectangular components. So let us express it. F equal to fxi plus fyj plus fzk. Here you know fx, fy and fz are actually the components of this vector field along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. And again, what will be divergence of f? When you write divergence of f, you know this is simply del dot f, and since f is equal to fxi plus fyj plus fzk, then from definition of divergence you know this divergence of f is equal to what? This is del fx by del x plus del fy by del y plus del fz by del z. You know it. And so the mathematical form of this divergence theorem which we have defined in this equation A can now be written in this way. You can see. So equation A may be written as see the LHS, integral over S f dot ds, and f you have defined in this manner. So you can write integral over the closed surface S, and instead of this vector f you can write fxi plus fyj plus fzk and dot ds or dot n hat ds you may write, and this is equal to integral over v, volume v, where v is the volume enclosed by the surface S, and divergence of f. you can see divergence of f is this much. So instead of divergence of f, you may write del fx by del x plus del fy by del y plus del fz by del z and dv. But you know, in Cartesian coordinate, the volume element dv can be written as dx times dy times dz. So this is another form of Gauss's divergence theorem. In fact, we can also express this theorem in another form again. This is also a useful form, but we can also express this theorem in another form. You can see it here. So this elementary surface area vector ds, this can also be written as dsxi plus dsyj plus dszk. You know it. Here this dsx is the x component of this elementary vector area, and dsy its y component, and dsz is z component. But you know, when you say x component of elementary area vector ds, since area vector is always perpendicular to the plane of the surface, and this area vector is along x-axis, and you know x-axis is perpendicular to the yz plane. So definitely this dsx will lie in yz plane. So if you treat that this is dy and this is dz, only then you can say that this dsxi will be along the x direction. This is actually the x direction. And so dsx is simply equal to dy into dz, because this projection of elementary area vector ds will lie in yz plane. So you can write it, this is dy into dz I. And similarly, can you say what will be this dsy? Since this projection is in fact its direction is along y direction, and y axis is perpendicular to the xz plane. So this dsy will be equal to dz into dx, dz into dx, and dsz, this is along z direction, so this projection will be in xy plane, because on xy plane z axis is perpendicular. So dsz can be written as dx into dy, dx into dy. So you can see in the statement of this Gauss's divergence theorem, instead of this elementary area vector ds, we can write this expression which I have defined here. Therefore, you can say that this f dot ds will be what? See here, f is fxi plus fyj plus fzk, and dot ds. See the value of ds. ds is what? This is dy dzi plus dz dx j plus dx dy k. Now take the dot product. You know, in a scalar product, only similar quantity remains non-zero and all others become zero. So because I dot I is 1, but I dot j, I dot k all will be 0. So what will be this? this will be fx dy dz plus fy dz dx plus fz dx dy. So in LHS of this equation B or this equation A, you can write this expression which we have obtained here. So this divergence theorem may be alternately expressed in this way. You can see here. So therefore, integral over S, and in fact in this condition we can write integral over this closed surface S, and now instead of f dot ds you can write, see here, fx dy dz, fx dy dz plus fy dz dx plus fz dx dy, and this will be equal to integral over v, and see the RHS of this equation B. This will be del fx by del x plus del fy by del y plus del fz by del z. You may write dv here or dx dy dz. So this is the third form of the Gaussian divergence theorem. So in different problem you will find the use of these different forms of Gaussian divergence theorem. So I have already mentioned the three forms of Gaussian divergence theorem, and you will find their applications in solving the numerical problems. So as I have told you, in this lecture I am not going to give the proof of this theorem, but we will simply illustrate this theorem by taking some important examples. And after that, in next lecture, we will see the rigorous proof, mathematical proof of this theorem. So illustrative example, first of all we will take examples. Number 1. Let us take a particular example for a closed surface S enclosing a volume V, so that and number 1, integral over S r dot n hat ds is equal to 3b. And problem number 2 is integral over S curl of f dot n hat ds is equal to 0. Let us take these two examples. You will see the solution of these two examples will be very easy, very simple when we will actually apply the Gaussian divergence theorem. In very simple step you can solve this. But if you will see the previous year question of the different standard examinations like the civil service examinations and the state public service commission examination, you will find These problems have been asked several times in those examinations. So these are actually the very important problems, but their solution will be very simple when we will solve these problems by applying the Gauss's divergence theorem. If you will try to solve this without the use of Gauss's divergence theorem, you will have to do a lot of calculation and the process will be very tedious. So let us see how this Gauss's theorem is very very applicable to solve such type of problems. So let us try to solve the first part of the problem, which is in which we have to find the normal surface integral of the radius vector or position vector r. And we have to actually show that this normal surface integral of r over a closed surface S is equal to 3b, where v is the volume enclosed by this closed surface. So let us see. As you know, Gauss's divergence theorem gives you a tool to change the normal surface into volume integral. Normal surface integral into volume integral. So we will apply the Gauss's divergence theorem. So you can see, as in the statement, we have written the vector field f, but in this problem at the place of f is r. So you can say here r is at the place of f. So now we will apply the Gauss's divergence theorem. So by divergence theorem, you may write integral over S r dot n hat ds. The theorem says that the normal surface integral of a vector field is equal to volume integral of divergence of that vector field over a volume V, which is enclosed by this closed surface S. So you can write this normal surface integral will be equal to divergence of vector r dv. But what will be the divergence of r? You can see, in fact, divergence of r, I hope you have an idea to calculate the divergence of r, because you have already studied these things earlier. So divergence of r means del dot r. But you know, vector r is the position vector which is expressed as xi plus yj plus zk. And so from the definition of divergence of a vector field, you can write it, this is del x by del x plus del y by del y plus del z by del z. And you can see this is 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. So divergence r is simply 3. Now let us put this value of divergence of r in this equation 1. So you can see integral over the closed surface S of r dot n hat ds. What will be this? See here. This will be integral over v 3 dv, because divergence of r we have calculated, this is equal to 3. Since 3 is a constant, so take it outside of the integral. So this will be 3 integral over v dv. But as the problem says that the volume enclosed by the closed surface S is v, so this will be simply equal to 3v. And you can see your problem that we have to show that this normal surface integral is equal to 3v. So you can see how easily we can prove this result by the use of divergence theorem. So you can think about the utility of this theorem from this example. Now let us solve the second problem. What is your second problem? See here. We have to evaluate actually the normal surface integral of curl of f. So you can see in this problem, instead of vector field f, we have curl of f. So we will now apply the divergence theorem. So integral over S curl of f dot n hat ds. We have to evaluate. So if you will apply the Gauss's divergence theorem, you know at the place of vector field f in this problem there is curl of f. So we will write integral over v divergence of the vector field. So this will be divergence of curl of f, because at the place of f there is curl of f dv. But you know the famous vector identity that divergence of curl of any vector field is always 0. So you can say, but divergence of curl of f, this is a well-known vector identity, this is equal to 0. You have already solved this problem in the differential part of the vector analysis, so I hope you can do it. If you want to simplify it, you can easily find this value. First of all, you have to calculate the value of curl of f, and after getting the value of curl of f, then find its divergence. You will see that result will be 0. So since this is 0, so you can say that therefore integral over S curl f dot n hat ds, this is equal to 0. And so this second result is also proved by the use of divergence theorem. Now we will actually take another example to know the application of this Gauss's divergence theorem. So see here, the another problem I am taking here, so that integral over a closed surface S axi plus byj plus czk dot ds, or you may write n hat ds, is equal to 4 over 3 pi times a plus b plus c, a plus b plus c, where S is the surface, S is the surface of the sphere x square plus y square plus z square equal to 1. You can see the solution of this problem. By the use of divergence theorem, you can easily solve this problem. Actually here, as the problem says, that our closed surface is a sphere, and the equation of a sphere is given in this problem. You can see here, this is x square plus y square plus z square equal to 1. As the equation of a sphere is x square plus y square plus z square equal to a square, or you can say r square, where r is the radius of the sphere. So you can see the radius of this sphere will be actually equal to 1. So you can also say that this is a unit sphere. So it is possible that in this type of problem the surface S may be defined as a sphere, as a unit sphere. This equation will be not given, but instead of this equation it will be mentioned that S is a unit sphere because its radius r is equal to 1. So now let us try to solve this problem by the use of Gauss's divergence theorem. Here you can see at the place of the vector field F in our problem what is given here. In fact, at the place of F it is given that this is AXI plus BYJ plus CZK. And to apply the Gauss's divergence theorem, we need actually the value of divergence of F. So you can see what will be actually the value of divergence of F. See here, as F is equal to this much, so you can say divergence of F will be what? This is in fact del x AX plus del by del y and plus del cz del z. And so this divergence of F will be what? You can see del x by del x 1, del y by del y 1, del z by del z 1. Since A, B, C are constant, so this will be simply equal to A plus B plus C. Now apply the divergence theorem. So by divergence theorem, you know, according to Gauss's divergence theorem, integral over S of what? F dot ds. F dot ds, you know, it is equal to integral over V divergence of F dV. Divergence of F dV. In fact, I have written here F because I have supposed that this F is equal to the given vector field AXI plus BYJ plus CZK. So instead of this I am writing here F. So and you have calculated the value of divergence of F. You can see it is A plus B plus C. So now let us substitute the value of divergence of F here. This will be integral over V, but divergence of F we have calculated, this is simply A plus B plus C and dV. Since A plus B plus C is a constant, so take it outside of the integral. So this will be A plus B plus C integral over V dV. Now, as this dV is an elementary volume of the sphere whose radius is 1, because according to our problem this closed surface is a sphere whose radius is equal to 1. So this is your elementary volume, and when you will take the integral of this dV, you will get actually the total volume V, and total volume means volume of this unit sphere. So this will be A plus B plus C times V. But what will be V? You know, V is the volume of the sphere whose radius is 1. So V will be equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube, but r is 1, so 1 cube. And therefore, you can see this is 4 over 3 pi A plus B plus C. And this is the result which actually we have to prove. So from these examples, Now you can think how easily we can evaluate the normal surface integral by the use of divergence theorem. So this is actually the utility of this theorem, that we can evaluate a normal surface, complicated normal surface integral by very easily and in a little step. In fact, in this lecture, I would like to say you that after the completion of this statement, in the next lecture we will see the proof of the theorem and some of the more important rigorous problems based on this divergence theorem.